Hello everybody, this is quixQuery here, and today we are back to play some more Hermit Pack on the Hermitcraft server, and it is a brand new year, and Christmas is over, so we can take this Christmas hat off for another year. But we have been working on our storage stuff right here, and this is still just a bit of a temporary setup. I've just been putting down a bunch of quantum storage units, made a bunch of them using the obsidian we mined in our last little episode thingy, and so I've been starting to fill them up, but there's still a lot of sorting to do. But I was doing this when suddenly, in my inventory, popped up this little something from Open Computers. I don't know what it is. Let's see. It's a numeric keypad. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, well, that's just something else we can have. We'll just put that in there, I guess, for the moment. And, but yeah, we are back on the Hermitcraft server, and we are starting work on our storage system. But the main plan, the main thing I want to do in today's episode is work on some of the shape of the dam we have right here, and I have seen some of your feedback from previous episodes, and you guys have had a lot of great ideas as far as what could be making all that water evaporate so quickly. And one of those ideas was a massive fissure going down the middle, like a volcanic fissure, and that's what would be like boiling the water and making it evaporate and stuff like that. That's an excellent idea. I really like that. So this is the basic gist of what I've come up with so far, and I'm not sure whether I like the salt or not. I don't think I do. Might just forego that altogether. But the rest of it is looking pretty decent. We have some what's it called? Some chiseled cobblestone with the zag pattern along the outside. This one I decided I didn't like as much with the salt, but I don't know, if we're not going with the salt, then this might end up looking better. I honestly don't know. But I'm really pleased with this, and this is the main structure we're going for today. This is the wall of the dam. We have right down here, we have some little drain-like things, and we'll just hop on over to the other side so we can see those. They look like drains. They're from Mechanism, but yeah. And we have some hempcrete down here to kind of give the impression that like some of this concrete is more wet than the other bit. I don't know. It just kind of creates this like line, like this is the water level typically doesn't go much farther above this, than this level right here. And so that's kind of what I was going for with the hempcrete versus the regular concrete. And then the regular concrete has the tiles splattered in because the hempcrete doesn't have anything other than tiles, and so it just makes it look a little more uniform. Down here, the thing that is making this all go is the fissure in the earth. And so we have magma blocks, vanilla magma blocks, and some basalt down on the floor right here in a little fissure shape formation thing. And if you watch, the magma blocks actually will get rid of the water on top of them every once in a while, and so I feel like that actually really adds to the effect of what's going on right here, and so I really like this, and this is probably how I'll keep the floor, or at least most of the floor. But this is where we're actually going to be building it, on the server, right here. And so we actually have to do this, and so the first thing that I want to work on is getting all of our water wheels in place in this dam right here, and working on the water intake on the other side, making it maybe a little bit deeper, and making the flow come like over and through the water wheels so that we're getting power and stuff from that. Aha, progress update time. So we have not only cleared out this thing right here, but we have also set up a bunch of water wheels, and now I'm not sure if one kinetic dynamo can handle two 3 wide water wheels at the same time, but we're just gonna give it a go anyway. And if we have to in the future, we can just change it, and there's space for 2 kinetic dynamos right here in between these two and in between these two, and then we'll put this last one in the wall. So, you know, if all else fails, that's what we'll do, but we're just gonna see if this works for the moment. But let's, I guess it's time for the moment of truth. Let's just start this thing up and see how it works and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how they get out of sync like this sometimes. Yeah, kind of weird. But we'll just have to see how this works, and if we can get power in, we need to route the power from this. And we also need to deepen this area right here at least a little bit so that the water flowing out will come down into that thing right there. And then we can maybe even get started on the fissure in the bottom of our hole here. Okay, so it may not look like I've done a lot, but I've done a ton. For whatever reason, I spent a while trying to find a good-looking way to route this power up and out of here, and this is the best I've come up with so far. At some point, I might replace this with like a transformer and then cable it out from there, or a transformer right here so it's a solid block, and then, yeah, but anyway. We have all of that in place, and maybe at some point we will continue expanding in this direction. If we put those out, which for whatever reason aren't visible right now, I'm not sure why. That's weird. And then it'll look cooler, and eventually we'll like route it all the way up to there instead of on to just right there, because, you know, that's not very effective right now. But yeah, this steel scaffolding pattern right here is the floor that I want to use, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. And if we place some more of that down, it has a connected texture. It's just, all in all, it works really well for what I have in mind for this project. It's sort of meant to be more of a you can look down and see into what's going on, but it's not glass either. Like, you can just like look down and see what's going on while still giving it the industrial-ish vibe that a steampunk build calls for. And so oh yeah, I also happened to realize that not both of these sides have this little thing on it, and so I'm assuming that that means that the kinetic dynamo only works for one at a time. And so that's okay though. We can still do this. We just need to make some more kinetic dynamos if we want to use all of our water wheels for power. So that's just fine, and we are going to do that at some point in the future. But for now, the last thing we're going to do in this episode is block this stuff off, this water off right here, so that we can work in this area right here and make a fissure, then replace a lot of the stuff around it with a basalt texture. So unlike the fissure that we made in the testing world, this one is going to be a deeper fissure. And this is the level it's going to start at, and we want it to kind of like may be big in the center and then narrow back down on either side. And so maybe have some zigzags back and forth so that we are not, you know, making it a little random and not just this random blah little circle in the middle, because we don't want that. We don't want it to be a perfect shape. We want this to have been a naturally occurring fissure. We now have the basic shape, and now it's a little more deep. And now it has lava, or magma, to be more precise, in the bottom of it. And I'm thinking, though, that we probably want to make this look a little more natural, maybe? So I'm going to make this side branch off a little bit in this direction, so that it's not just like a perfect split right down the middle. It actually like has like a branch off to one side at one point, and so that's something that I am going to do now. Aha! Now this fissure has a bit more personality. We got magma blocks all along the bottom of it too, and it is looking pretty good. And so the next step in this is to replace a lot of these blocks around it with basalt. So that, see now, why are we replacing it with basalt? Why not something else? Well, basalt is often found around like volcanoes and stuff like that. That's actually literally what it is. It's a sort of magmatic rock of sorts, if you will. Meaning that it's created from cooled down lava. And so really what's happened is that the stuff around it has cooled down, but the stuff on top of it has not. But the stuff right here has not, and so this stuff has cooled down completely, but this glowing core right here, which actually looks really cool in the night with all that lighting, that's really neat actually. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, but you get the point. Basalt is actually lava cooled down, and this fissure has a lot of energy flowing through it from the center of the earth, and it is being maintained by the dwarves who keep this dam and area working and use all of the electricity. Okay, got my swapping wand, got the basalt, or at least some of it. We may not have enough to replace all of it yet, but we will get there at some point. I decided, I guess, to use the quark basalt because it was easy to obtain, and because, yeah, I don't know, just because I felt like using the quark basalt. Yeah, good reason, right? I'm not sure what I think of it. It's a little dark as far as stuff goes. Maybe I'll switch it out for a different type of basalt. I honestly just don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. But that is all the time I have for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Haha.